Okay, well, today has been an eventful day for first thing Monday morning.
It's Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday morning. Carl-Ann is certainly helping me keep all my facts straight because everything seems a little off these days. Anyway, I had my first stereotactical radiation treatment this morning, and it went really well. You don't feel anything. Got a slight headache from here to here, so one of the tumors is right up there where they were aiming the radiation at, so that's to be expected. What else do I need to...
Do you want to tell them about?
Oh, so yeah, Carl-Ann, they allowed her to come in at the end and take some pictures and a quick little video to show you exactly what they're doing. And it's very interesting because I have this full mask holding me down, and I'm fastened down to the table I'm on that goes into the radiation machine, and just a little bit of background to today's events. Not too many people know that back in 2003 I developed panic attacks, and over the years they've just gotten worse. And so anytime my brain senses that I'm not getting enough oxygen, or it's too hot or too stuffy in a room, those emotions and reaction spring out very automatically. And during middle of the night after my lung surgery.
So can we just pause? Yeah. So when it came to these panic attacks, what would happen at night often is he would he'd sleep right on the very, very edge, so that
of the bed, yeah.
Of the bed, like facing away from, like on the edge, so that he would have more air.
Wherever there's more air.
He would want to have fans on.
Yeah.
Like, it affected him every single night. And by panic attacks, they were a big deal. It wasn't like a little panic attack. It was a big deal. He would go ahead.
Yeah, and Carl-Ann saw after I came out of lung surgery, even though I wasn't really conscious of what was going on around me, I was in distress. And Carl-Ann advocated until they finally found a way to sedate me, and once they did, I was just calm and breathing properly. And part of the issue was, after the lung surgery, was I was just really short breaths, trying to control everything so that I didn't have a panic attack. And then the doctor just very kindly informed me that if I keep breathing like that, I'm going to get pneumonia and I'll die. So we had to start fighting. Carl-Ann had to get me up and walking, and she even started teaching me some breathing techniques that she would use when she was teaching voice lessons and stuff, and it got me walking. And she did such a good job that the nurses allowed her to stay with me all day long in the hospital back in May, so that, because they saw such a dramatic improvement in everything while she was there coaching me and cheering me on.
So then when he came home after the lung surgery, one of the things that was difficult was keeping him breathing. But in the room at night, he'd lay down and he'd have these anxiety and panic attacks that were like crazy, like to the point where he would sometimes feel, he was never suicidal.
No.
But he'd feel like the only way to end this panic attack would be to take his life. And it was scary. They were big panic attacks.
Yeah, like I actually heard a voice saying, "You might as well just kill yourself." I personally was never suicidal. I ignored the voice, but it still didn't help with some of the panic attacks that I was experiencing.
Yeah. So then one night, it was like exceptionally bad, and I put my foot down and I said, "That's it. We are not letting Satan steal you this anymore.
Yeah.
He's stealing your sleep. He's stealing my sleep. We're done.
Yeah.
He can't do this anymore.
Right.
So do you want to tell them what we did?
So Carla Ann and I, just in the middle of the night back in May, started praying that and asking the Lord to deliver me. Listening to his voice, asking for him to reveal truth and what the lies are, that kind of idea. And for me, it didn't feel like a very long time, but it was over a few hours of praying through, and by the end of our prayer time, I was completely delivered from the panic attacks. And
it was very cool because so he went to sleep, which was good, and he went to sleep fast. But in the night, I woke up because all of a sudden here he was on my side of the bed, and I'm like, what are you doing here? But I was very grateful, because what that meant to me is that he was not on the edge of the bed. Like, even in his subconscious, he was no longer on the side of the bed gasping for air and waiting for he was sleeping so well, it didn't matter where he was in the bed. And that was like freedom. Yeah. And we've had freedom ever since. He's never had a panic attack at night again like that. And he's slept, and he actually faces the other way. He often faces away from, into the bed, not into the side of the bed, to fall asleep now, which again is like complete freedom. Yeah.
So earlier this month, they had to fit me for a mask with in preparation for the stereotactical radiation treatments. And so it meant that they had this mesh mask that they had to put over my face. I had to breathe through the mesh and sailed through that without any problems. Today, when they actually fastened my head down, I wasn't quite ready for how immobilized I would be. And even though I didn't have a panic attack, my brain's remembering all the emotions and everything that goes with being constricted, and so they had to take the mask back off, gave me some time to relax again, because my heart rate just skyrocketed. And then they left the lights on when they could. They put on some music, so I had something to think about and focus in on, and breathe through the rest of it without any problems. If I hadn't been healed or delivered from those panic attacks, I don't know what they would have done.
I think anybody without panic attacks might feel exactly what he did. But what I want to say about this is God's miracle. God's miracle in May was for today. Like, he already knew in May what we would need. And he knew that we would need Scott to have freedom from these panic attacks. And so with how well he sailed through today, we both want to give glory to God.
Yes.
That he is a miracle worker. He delivers. And these panic attacks that are gone now are just a testament to his sovereignty, his power, and his goodness. Just looking out for us, well in advance.
Right.
Like in May, he was taking care of today in November. So that was very cool.
Yeah.
We also got reports back on the bone scan. So, are you good if I talk about the bone scan?
Yeah.
So the bone scan came back, I wouldn't say clear, but there's a couple spots by his lung, his chest cavity, and his head. Right now, they're going to say those are clear. They're going to assume they're clear, but the marks, the uptakes that are there are likely from the surgeries he's had. Right. So for now, they're going to say those are clear. Other good news. So anyway, that's good news. Woo-hoo. Other good news.
Yeah, because we were watching for a while. Is there any other areas where cancer may have spread that we need to be aware of? And so the bone scan revealed that
they have nothing. We're not worried about anything there right now. Yeah.
At this time. Yeah.
So then other good news is that the previous, his chest and abdomen and pelvic area, all the tumors that are there are still there, but they haven't grown at all. So that's good news. That means that has halted. and we're in like a stopped phase of those tumors, which is good. The only piece of not so good news, which there's not much more we can do about right now, but we are looking into other options, is that he does have another lymph node near his esophagus that is full. And so, so a little bit of progression forward with the cancer, but lots of areas that are halted. So we're seeing that as positive news.
And it seems like as hard as it is to stay off of foods with carbohydrates and sugars and anything that would feed cancer, it's been very difficult. Carl-Ann has been incredibly supportive with her meals and things, but it really seems like it's paying off, the hard work of not eating sugar and carbohydrates. And because otherwise they were growing really fast before, now they're not showing any signs of having grown and lasted a while. So yeah, we're encouraged with that.
Yeah, so this is a good day, first day of radiation, and we're grateful for support. We're very grateful for a few people who've volunteered to drive Scott in the next few days. So this is also good news. Yeah, thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your support.
Yes, thank you so much.
And we love you guys. Great. Now you can get out of there. You did really well. You awake?
Yeah.
Okay. Just bend your knees a little.